101 review. Book 101 is all about the books that I read for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. He is happiness and success coach, no other than Dr. Hank Seitz.
Yes. Welcome. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate you and welcome everybody. You're going to really love this time together.
Yes, indeed. Welcome to Book 101, Dr. Hank. And can you please introduce more about yourself?
Sure, I'm a mental scientist, which means I understand how the mind works. And science has proven that it's just three steps to get anything that we desire. And the first step starts with our all powerful thought, Daniel. And
Yes.
we have 60,000 thoughts a day. And about 80% of those thoughts are unwanted or negative thoughts. And so, back to the scientists, quantum physicists, molecular biologists, neuroscientists, they've all agreed and all proven that the way to create anything in our lives, for our dreams to come true, is the all first important step of our thoughts. And those thoughts then create, according to scientists, energy. And this energy is actually our feelings, our emotions. And that energy then creates what the scientists call matter, matter. And this is why thoughts become things. And I have studied most of my adult life on the science of mind, on how the mind plays and how we can have it play, think better for us so we can have better results in our life.
Better results indeed. And
Yeah.
Dr. Hank, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge to the world. Thank you so much. So let's talk about how thoughts become things. And how did your understanding of thoughts become reality, shifting during your journey from paralysis to walking?
Yes, yes. Well, so one of the things they call me a walking miracle, but actually all of us are walking miracles. And I knew because of having my PhD in mental science that I knew that if I could think more about what I wanted, I could get whatever I wanted. And so, what the scientists has said, as I shared with you, that there's three steps to creating anything in our life. And what the scientists forgot about is our higher power, the universe or God, whatever word name you want to call, that there is this energy, this loving energy, that we have the ability to be able to call forth this energy, energies of the universe that creates worlds. We're able to create, Daniel, into our lives. And we're able to mold that energy into anything that we want. About 8 years ago, I was in a major car accident. It totaled my car and totaled my body. In fact, here's a picture of the car, and you can barely make out that it's even a car.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, and here's another picture of the car, and it not only totaled my car, but it totaled my body, and I was paralyzed, Danielle, from. And here's one last picture I'll show you. It's kind of a fun one. Here I am in the hospital and knocked out all my front teeth. That my arm was broken there. You can see a big nick on my forehead, but most of all, physically, that it had me. I was what the doctors said was I was permanently paralyzed from my waist down. I could not feel anything from my waist down. And so when the doctors would tell me, "Oh, you're never going to walk again," I said to myself, oh no, I can overcome all things with God, with this powerful ability of me to ask with my mind and for the Father to do the work and for me to receive then what I wanted. So I started to visualize and think about what I did want. And I wanted to walk, and I would see myself walking on a beach and smiling and enjoying and being with my children and grandchildren. And one breath after the next. Biblically, the Bible says the word spirit actually means breath. And it's the fastest way for us to connect with our higher power. So I would breathe deeply. And this is minute after minute, moment after moment, day after day, week after week, month after month. But I would breathe in deeply, imagine me walking and saying wonderful things like I'm getting healthier now, and that my body is starting to feel, all my cells in my body are starting to be active. And one day I woke up, Daniel, and I felt a little energy in my right toe. And I knew that all of whatever we focus on grows. So I focused my attention on that energy. And sure enough, that energy grew up my right foot, up my right leg, across my waist, down my left leg. And voila, I went from being permanently paralyzed to now I can walk. And I love doing that little
Yes.
circle. We take for granted walking. We take so many things for granted,
Yeah.
Daniel.
Yes.
And the fact is that we are these divine beings, and we can literally create anything that we want. And so the actual process and my teaching that I teach, I've written 24 books. My most recent is called Living the Magical Life. Um, Here's a good one, Your Royal Path to Riches. This one is a program called Easy Money, Easy Life. If you want guaranteed, if you want to have, um, if you want to have more money in less than 30 days, that this program, and so it's a book, but it's also a program that comes with videos and all kinds of wonderful things. And in fact, I normally offer that for $1,000, and I'm going to offer it for $97 to all of your listeners. And if they don't want to pay anything, if you don't want to pay anything, that I'll give you my Joy Shop for free. And all you have to do is contact me. You can call me 214-753-7204, and I'll give that to you. And what the Joy Shop is, it does step one. It improves the way that you think. That'll improve the results in your life. What do you think about that, Daniel?
Fabulous. Dr. Hank, fabulous. And let's celebrate for the second time around that you can wow. Let's celebrate, Dr. Hank. And thank you so
Yeah.
much again for sharing your knowledge to the world. And what specific thoughts of affirmation did you cling to that help you reject the prognosis of permanent paralysis?
Yes, yes. And so I think the way to look at this and be most helpful to all of us is to understand that, again, we have these 60,000 thoughts. 80% of those thoughts are unwanted thoughts. So, what are unwanted thoughts? Like, how do I know they're unwanted thoughts? And it makes us feel bad. Okay. Like, if I think, oh, I don't have enough, whatever, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough, whatever it is, that what happens, yeah, there's the program Easy Money, Easy Life, that whatever happens, that you don't have to monitor your thoughts anymore. And so, actually, my teaching, the real way life plays, is just like the scientist said. Step one is our all powerful thoughts. And I'll get to some of those thoughts that I use to overcome paralysis. But step two is just like the scientist said, that our thoughts create this energy. It's our emotions. And see, our emotions is the signal that we create that sends out the signal to the divine. Instead of artificial intelligence, there is divine intelligence that all of us can tap into. And so when I think thoughts, I we each have feelings, and those feelings, the perfect way of communication to God, to your higher power, is through your feelings. And in step three, that the divine, that God instantly receives your communication, which is your emotions from your thinking, instantly receives it and instantly answers your prayers. But
Yes.
Daniel, everybody says to me, but Dr. Hank, where's my money? Where's more business? Where's my health? Whatever it may be. And where it is in step three, it puts it in energy. And the only other thing we need to do, other than thinking thoughts of what we do want, is we need to do step four. And
Yeah.
step four is simply to allow it, to believe it, to expect it. I call it ABE: allow, believe, and expect. So whatever you ask for, allow it to come. And let me give you an example of that. If you say, "Oh, I want to have more business," and then people say to you, "Oh, no," to you, today you got a no from somebody, that if you take that no and you start saying, "Oh, I don't have enough business," now your prayer is not enough business, and you're not allowing what you want. And so in step four, as we allow, believe, and expect the things we ask for and believe that the Father will deliver to us what we want, then step five is we receive it. So step one, ask. Step five, receive. The only two things we need to do, Daniel, is we need to ask, and then we need to allow it, believe it, and expect it. And that's where I help people in those two areas. Now, specifically back to your question, what affirmations, what things did I say? Well, this joy shop that I'm offering all of you for free, that this joy shop will be the same thoughts I use to overcome my being permanently paralyzed from my waist down, that these same thoughts can create anything. For example, thoughts like, I want to have a long, happy, healthy, wealthy life. And I ask all of you listening, Daniel, do you want a long, happy, healthy, wealthy life?
Indeed, for sure, our
Yeah.
listeners, yes.
Yes. Yes, that's what we want. And
Yeah.
see, if we're disallowing it and we're thinking, oh, my life, and I was brought up this way, and my parents were this way, or I don't have this education, or my boss is this way, my spouse is whatever. If you're saying those things, it'll just get worse, because whatever you think about gets bigger. So the beauty is that you don't have to look anymore and be in this battle on what's happening in your life right now. Instead, remember, I shared with you what's happening in your life is old news. It was created from your thought that then created your energy, your emotions, and God came and took that and received your prayer and answered your prayer. But most of us are thinking about what we don't want. And so that's why we don't have the life we want. So we don't have to anymore think about what we don't want, what's in front of us, what we're looking at right now, our past, how bad it was, or whatever. All we need to do is be thinking better thoughts, like, I want a long, happy, healthy, wealthy life. Today, I want big, happy surprises coming to me. Yeah,
Yes.
baby. Yeah.
Bill,
To
billion of dollars will come to me like that, people.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm going to give a magical statement. It's in part of Easy Money, Easy Life, but
Yes.
it's a magical statement, a thought for more money. And see, money has a lot of hair on it, if you will. We've been brought up with things, the root of all evil is money, the love of money. And that really is a misunderstanding of the Bible. It was saying if you don't honor that God, everything comes from God, that then
Yes.
whatever you honor, for example, like money, then, would be the root of all evil. And, the filthy rich, we've been told, and all these terrible things. And, so I don't want to be filthy. You're a little kid, you're so old filthy rich. And well, I don't want to be rich. And so what happened is, so you don't even use money. But you can think about things like this. I easily accept new prosperity thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there's no problem with that. You can allow that in. I easily accept new prosperity thoughts. And I am prepared to increase my income now. And if you
Yes.
say that, I had a lady say that and write it down 21 times every day. And she said, my God, after a week, she said, my God, my business is just blown up that I have more and more money. I'm going to write it 63 times now, three times the number I told her every day, because she figured, hell, if it works 21 times, maybe 63 will triple her business. And this is the magic that we have. And we each are miracles. And we're miracle players, if you will, that we can create our lives the way that we want to. And it's just about those thoughts and thinking thoughts. So, like when I was in that bed and paralyzed, that I would just think of thoughts of me walking, okay, of me being healthier, of me being happier. And really, the key to it is happiness. And for us to be happy, it's the vibration of happiness and joy where the divine is. And all we need to do is go there. And you can simply ask, I want to be happier. I want to have better feeling thoughts. I want to feel better. Yeah. Easy money, easy
Easy
life.
money. Easy
And then
money,
we
easy
realized,
life.
Daniel,
Yeah.
yeah, baby, easy money, easy
Easy
life.
life.
You do that, and you'll start getting easy money, easy life. Okay, and all of this is in this program, Easy Money, Easy Life. It's just absolutely incredible. It'll change your life, and it'll increase your income and give you everything you want. But here's how life is life is fun. Life is going downstream. And so think of it this way: that song, row, row, row
Row
your
your
boat
boat
gently
gently
down
down
the
the
stream.
stream.
Merrily,
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 merrily, merrily,
merrily,
life
life
is but
but
your
a
dream.
dream. Bravo, Dr. Hank.
Yeah.
Bravo. Thank you for inspiring us. So, as an author and a coach, what are your short-term and long-term goals?
Yeah, and what are my what?
Short-term and long-term goals.
Okay, my short-term goals. So, really, one to be able to just have it as easy as this, that I want to feel good. And that's my short term and long term goal. Another one of my longer term goals, if you will, but it also is effective, is wanted right now, is I
Yes.
want to have a long, happy, healthy, wealthy life. See, it's
Yes.
real easy. These people say, like, oh, I want to be a millionaire or whatever. For most people, if you say that, you won't be, because you think it's so out there and it's so difficult and you got to work hard and everything. None of this is work hard. I'm independently wealthy and I row, row, row my boat gently down the stream. I keep it general. I don't do God's work. See, when we get too specific, that's God's job to figure out the how. It's
Yes.
for us to figure out what do we want and why do we want it. And where we get that, Daniel, is we receive that through our life experience. We walk on this earth, and this earth, Mother Earth, has everything we want and everything we don't want. And we have to brush up against what we don't want, what I call contrast. We have to brush up about the things that we don't want to birth the things we don't do want. So, for example, if I don't have good health, I ask for good health. If I don't have enough money, that contrast helps me to say, I'd like to have more. I'd like to build my business. I'd like to have more income. I'd like to have money come out of the blue to me. I'd like to have wonderful miracles flow to me. That and see, as we just fill our minds with these beautiful thoughts that make us feel good. And why is feeling good so important? And why is it my number one short term and long term goal? Here's why is that, See, I shared with you that we share our feelings with the divine by our thoughts create energy, our emotions, and those feelings is the best way, the perfect way to communicate and what we're really asking for. This is why people say, oh, this doesn't work because I've been saying, please give me more money. And I don't get any more money. I get less money. Well, the reason why is because your feeling is, I don't have enough money. Okay. So stop the begging. The begging is over and start being the commander of your soul. And you get to call it, you get to ask, you have to ask. And so these feelings communicate to the divine. But here's the beauty, Daniel, is that God has literally guided us, supported us, loved us every moment of every day, all of our lives. And we say, well, how is that? I don't remember God talking to me or whatever. No, no, no. God talks to us through our emotions, the perfect way. Because words, like if I say God, everybody has a different definition or whatever. That, but my emotions on it, that tells the truth of what I really am. So when I feel God bad, it's God telling me I'm not thinking this way, the way that God is. But when I feel good, I'm on my lighted path now, Danielle. I'm walking down the corridor of joy with the doors of my desires and dreams coming true now, with more laughter, with more smiles, with more deeper, more meaningful relationships, with more easy money, more easy life,
Easy
more
life.
love, more joy, more freedom, and more enlightenment, and the prize that for us to be have this peace and enlightenment. And that's how why my short and long-term goals is when I feel good, I'm walking with God. In fact, one of my books is called Walk with God. And when I feel good, I'm walking with God. So all we need to do, we don't need to monitor our thoughts anymore. We simply need to monitor how we feel. And when we feel good, that then we'll be able to have everything that we want. The heavens part, the pearly gates open, and everything that we desire will come to us.
Beautifully articulated, Dr. Hang. Very well said. Good luck to your goals and looking forward for more success. What will be your piece of advice for those people out there who want to be an author as well as a coach like you?
Yes, yes. And so my advice to all for all of us is to know first of all that we truly can have the life that we want. We can call forth. But when we have the contrast, most of us, the things we don't like, what happens is we sit in our pity party and we talk to people, we Facebook about them, we talk to people, and we do all kinds of different things that make it worse. So instead, go with God. And the way to go with God is when you have the contrast. So let's say, you get in an argument and you say, that's what I don't want. What do I want? And all you have to do is ask, what do I want? And all of a sudden, you'll start flowing answers and solutions for you from the divine. And so, what do I want? Like, if I had an argument, I want harmonious relationships. I want deeper, more loving relationships. And that then births a better future for you and I. So, for all of us to simply ask for, I want to have better feeling thoughts and I want to feel better. And then for every one of you, it's free. I would suggest that you email me, text me, call me, whatever, and get the Joy Shop because the Joy Shop, 15 minutes every day, and it'll change your life.
Yes, indeed. And thank you for your advice, Dr. Hank. And before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people. My other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, people. My abstract essay is already in fifth season.
Tremendous.
Abstract Poetry in second season, Book 101 Review in fifth season, Comedy 101 in second season, and Food 101 in its fifth season too. Geography 101 and Love Letters in second season, and my baby podcast, Mental Health 101. And Movie 101 Review and Music 101 in fourth season, and Science 101 and Sex 101 in its first season. Please listen to them wherever you
Yeah,
listen your podcast.
that's
So,
amazing.
thank
Love it.
you, Dr. Hank. What's one thing you do differently now in how you think or act because of this experience?
Yeah, because of that experience, that it really put even more belief and faith in knowing that I can literally create the life that I want. It doesn't matter what doctors say, it doesn't matter what my mother says, my friends say, my boss says. What matters is what I'm thinking and what you're thinking. And so it doesn't matter what's going on in the outside world, that we've been taught how to manipulate the outside world. And that book, by the way, Joy Sex, is a
Yeah,
great one to be on your podcast because it really
Sex
is a
101.
tremendous. Yeah, exactly. It's a fun, it's a great one, and it's co-authored with Michelle Tanner, and it's really it gets into some great information because this is another thing. Like we've gotten confused over if it feels good, such as sex, we've been taught it's bad, right? No, you
Yes.
shouldn't have bad, whatever. And so what happens is we think if it feels bad, like sacrificing, working hard, that it's good. And the fact is, it's not good. There's an easier way, folks, in order to have the life that you want. And this literally is the one. I've helped thousands of people, hundreds of organizations across the world, and for you to take advantage of this and say, hey, I'm not going to play small anymore. I'm going to go for it now. And I'm going to go for my dreams, and I can do this. And the first step is with the Joy Shot.
Indeed.
Uh-huh.
Dr. Hank Seitz, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge to the world. And of course, your business, your books. So, can you please invite our listeners to support all your projects as well as your books and
Yes,
business?
yes. So you can go to Amazon, even with my publisher, I have it on Amazon now. So you can go to Amazon and under Dr. Hank Sites and go to any of the books, and that you can go there. Amazon is, and you can go and see any of my books. Also, the YouTube channel are great. Like we have a Master Heart Family, and there's some great videos on there and testimonials too on the amazing things and how this has changed people's lives. And then just call me, really, 214-753-7204. Stand tall, call me. I'm a nice guy. All I want to do is help you become your greatest possibility.
Yes, people, let's support Dr. Hank Seitz because if you support him, more and more and more empowering books to come, more and more empowering business to come.
Yes.
Dr. Hank, thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Daniel, and thank all of you. And God bless you. And know that everything you want is coming your way. It's done right now.
Yes, indeed. More to come, people. See you soon.